In the canyon, the killer of the righteous Heavenly Alliance, Chong Hajin, was killing opponents. The hero joyfully ordered the remaining opponents to attack at once, since he has little time. This hurt the pride of the warriors, and they violently attacked the hero. From the back, two enemies headed for the man, whom he took off 2 heads with 1 blow. The battle continued, and the hero also killed his enemies. He no longer remembers how many he killed, he just killed the pursuers, who overtook him again and again. People continued to attack and long for the hero's death, but he didn't care how many people he had to kill, because for the first time in 30 years he has a chance to be free. The hero went on the attack, killing his enemies, and the people who were waiting for the perfect moment made a move and aimed their blades at the man. But to their great regret, he turned out to be standing on the blades that were supposed to cut him down. He jumped. People were scared because the hero was the strongest killer. In the air, the man prepared for a blow and struck the ground while falling. Many opponents died from such an attack. As soon as the hero relaxed, a new party came up, which was determined to destroy him. The hero was saddened by the fact that despite the fact that he killed countless people, they still want to take away his chance to get freedom. The hero continued to kill opponents. It was already night. After an incredibly long fight, the hero still managed to kill everyone. Powerless, with a different stomach, the hero falls to the ground and spits blood. He was confidently determined to become free and stop serving the righteous alliance. Finding the strength in himself, the hero was able to stand up. What he was heading for was very close. The man almost got to a place where he could heal his wounds. The hero is Ural again. He was incredibly hungry because for the whole 7 days, he ate only a few pieces of beef jerky. Looking at the moon, the man reflected on the incredibly strong desire to eat dumplings. Suddenly, a silhouette appeared in the sky attacking the hero, who instantly recovered and dodged the attack. The man was incredibly surprised by such a stealth technique, and the enemy did not stop the onslaught of attacks. After seeing several attacks, the hero realized that the person attacking him was the god of death, who was the strongest warrior in the southern plains. The hero was offended by such an attack, and he promised to tear the enemy into small pieces. They attacked each other, and the outcome of the attack from both sides was the death of the enemy. The hero ordered the one who was hiding in the forest to come out. This person turned out to be the secret demon queen. The girl was glad that the hero had not forgotten her. At the same time, the elder reached the place where the corpses of his people were. The old man was very surprised by the strength of his former subordinate. The elder ordered to follow the energy of the demon queen, and then they will be able to find the hero. A secret queen named Kwok Sok, she uses a rejuvenation technique, but in fact she is over 60. She has a cute appearance, but in fact she is a bloodthirsty killer who can't sleep without killing someone. The hero reflected on the incredible number of strong people who were sent after him. The girl was annoyed that the hero immediately took out a sword, as she called their relationship special. The hero did not think that their relationship was special, and ordered them to stop joking. The girl was sure that the hero in such a state would not be able to withstand even a couple of her blows, but the man told her to attack and not talk. The hero began to provoke the so-called granny, and although it worked, the girl immediately calmed down. The girl began to tell that she was interested in the techniques of a man, so she would leave him alive. The hero refused the deal with the girl, and she suggested that it was because of a bloody parasite. The end was waiting for everyone who lies to eat the righteous Heavenly Alliance. The life and death of the members of the Alliance completely belonged to its head. The girl said that she would be able to rid the man of this parasite, if he would cooperate, of course. At first, the hero seemed to despair, and then he told an interesting fact. In fact, he has long known how to get rid of the bloody parasite, and he is one of the 10 strongest. The hero very rudely refused the girl's offer. He could not allow himself to be deceived again, since in the past he had to serve for 30 years, and right now, he is trying to free himself. The hero filled the sword with his energy and attacked the demon. From the attack collided, which caused a huge explosion. The result of the fight in one blow was that the hero's hands were wounded. Suddenly, an elder burst into the fight, who cut off the hero's legs with a well-aimed blow. The girl cut off her hands and struck straight into the chest, piercing it. The girl gloated, and the hero was upset. She tore off the hero's head and rejoiced at the death of the brute. The hero reflected that he had dreamed of living an ordinary life all his life, and dreamed of a second chance. Inside the main sanctuary of the heavenly demon divine cult, there was a guy's body that looked very worn out. The hero woke up in him. In one of the buildings, a servant reported to the fourth young master of the demonic cult. He said that the third son of Sarian died at night. The young heir was glad of this outcome. Young people killed a huge number of people. They communicated with each other, and one of them showed the other a figure of a bird that he had carved himself. One of them expressed his desire to leave and stop killing and live like a free bird. A friend of the man expressed his desire to follow him, but he refused. A little later, this friend of the hero was lying on the ground all bloody for trying to leave the alliance. Such an outcome was waiting for everyone. After seeing this dream, the hero woke up. He could not understand what was happening since he had just been beheaded. He did not understand what kind of place surrounds him. But the hero's thoughts were interrupted by a girl who brought him something. The hero felt her presence and instantly appeared behind her back and put sticks to her throat. The guy started asking the girl because he thought she was an enemy. She could not understand why her young master was behaving like this, and the hero did not understand these jokes. The girl said that this body had been in a coma for half a year and had only recently regained consciousness. He still didn't believe the maid's words, because he was sure that he was dead. Suddenly, the hero drew attention to the mirror where he saw a person he didn't know at all in the reflection. The hero began to think about how it happened that he woke up in a new body, and the girl just threw her password with a restless look. The hero could not understand one more thing. The place was where he woke up. Strangers approached him. He strained himself, but they fell to their knees and congratulated the young gentleman on his recovery. After hearing the greeting, the hero realized that he was in a demonic cult. The first royal guard went to the head of the cult and informed him that the third young master had woken up. The only problem was that he had lost all his skills from overexertion. The head ordered not to report anything to him for 3 months. This cult was the oldest and most merciless demonic force. This cult was created several thousand years ago by the master of Miram. If we take the fighting power, they were the strongest. The hero stood and thought about the place in which he found himself. He was very surprised that he was granted a second life. He was also angry that he had been reborn in a demonic cult. Last night, the hero disappeared and began eavesdropping on people's conversations. From them, he learned that he was the third son, who was incredibly strong. But after blocking chi and half a year of coma, he lost all his strength. Also, people were very afraid of the hero, because in their opinion, he was a true demon. The hero, hearing all these words, was horrified by the past owner of this body. The hero understood that in order to escape from the cult, he needed a detailed plan. Due to the use of a hidden technique last night, he was completely powerless. Although it's just fine for a hero to be alive, but his new body was just like an old man's. To begin with, he intended to restore the body. The hero sat down in the lotus position and was able to understand that all of his extraordinary middle was blocked, but he was going to fix this problem. The temperature of the room rose, and the air became humid. With the help of boundless technique, he was going to expel the clouded energy. A terrifying aura began to come out from his body. In a previous life, the hero, using some martial arts of the 9 sects, was able to improve his limitless technique. The aura slowly began to disperse, and the hero opened his eyes. The hero was a little upset that he had reached the limit, but still one small goal was passed. The hero was very surprised that since his awakening, only the doctor visited him, although there was also a girl always trembling with fear. 3 months have passed. Another young gentleman was talking to his servant, and could not understand why nothing happened to the hero even though he ate the thing he threw. They continued their dialogue, and the young gentleman admitted that the hero never tires of surprising him. As a result of their dialogue, he ordered his servant to continue reporting on his brother's actions, and he hurried away. The next morning, the hero trained in his room, where he delivered powerful blows that destroyed the training building. The hero has been trying to restore this body for all 3 months, and this was the result of his efforts. The girl brought medicine for the young master. He took it and drank it. When he took the bowl in his mouth, he saw an insect that had been controlled by him in the past, and he threw away the medicine. The hero dreamed that he was threatened by the head of the alliance, and said that even after death he would not be able to escape from him. He felt that there was a bloody parasite inside him. The girl radical hero, and he came to the creation, all that was before is just an illusion. The hero wondered if he could become free in this life. The hero was getting dressed, and heard voices coming from the door, where the servants tried to stop a woman who broke into the guy's room. The hero did not understand who she was and drew attention to the face of the maid who received a slap in the face. The girl approached the guy and said that he looked better than she thought. The hero really didn't know who she was, so he was thinking about how he would get out. The girl suggested that the hero offer her a cup of tea. The hero decided that the best solution would be to run away, and she headed out of the house. The girl asked her big guys to stop him. She ordered them not to let anyone in, as she intended to have a serious talk with the young master. The girl invited the hero to sit down, but he said that after training he did not wash off the sweat, so he needed to change clothes. The hero was able to buy himself time by taking a maid with him. He asked her who was that girl. The hero explained his ignorance by memory lapses. The maid was worried about his condition, but he calmed her down. The girl who just arrived was called Hong Erin. She is a demon connected with the centers of religious inner enlightenment and works for him. She is the daughter of the Jocks family. She is quite strong, and was also recognized as the head of a demonic cult. This girl was also the younger sister of the 4th young master. The hero told the maid to rest, because he was worried about her swollen face. The girl was shocked by the changes she saw in the young master's personality. The hero returned to the girl's room and apologized for the rudeness. He asked what brought her. The girl immediately thought about the changes in the guy's character, since he used to immediately start screaming. The girl took out the contract where they were from the signet, and reminded that if one of them violates it there will be problems. It turns out that this girl supported the former owner of the body with money and medicines, which was very stupid, since she was the sister of the 4th young master. The girl demanded money, or that the guy would sign a contract under which he would promise to pay this amount. The girl, taking advantage of the fact that the hero survived the cancellation of Chi, decided to cancel the contract and demand compensation. The hero was sure that this girl was doing terrible things. The hero agreed to pay the specified amount and asked for paper and ink for himself. The hero decided to do as she said. He was going to leave this place anyway. The girl was thinking about how stupid the young master was acting now. The girl said that if suddenly the hero could not pay the specified amount, he would have to resort at her first call like an obedient dog. This angered the hero, but he finished drawing up the contract. The girl was already happy, but the hero did not give the contract. He asked the maid to invite the commander of the royal guard to their home. The girl who tried to deceive him asked why he called the commander, but he had already come. He asked what he could do for the young gentleman. The hero said that he needed a cart, and he was going to go to one place. The man tried to stop the hero, but he said that he was going to the Demon Lord and asked him to inform him that the third student wanted to see his teacher. The man said that he would send a request, and as soon as he got the go-ahead, he would get a cart. The girl wanted to say something to the guy, but the hero was going to resist and said that the Demon Lord would talk about the honesty of the contract provided. The girl began to get nervous, saying that the hero would also suffer from the fact that he had concluded a contract with her. The hero said that the maximum that awaits him is exile, but for the girl and her family it would be the end. The hero decided to leave, take a walk. The girl stopped him and suddenly asked if he wanted to become the head. He was amused by what the girl said, and when he left, he said that they would see each other at the Demon Palace. The girl asked what she needed to do so that the hero would not go to the Demon Lord. He told the girl to break the contract with her own hands. The hero remembered the past where, after clearing the village from the traitors of the Alliance, he asked his subordinates if all were killed. When he saw the bird figurine in the dead boy's hand, he picked it up. The voice of a friend was heard from behind, who, after what he saw, was killed by an insect and said with his last words that the hero in the next life would feel everything that he had done to the people he had killed. The Lord was cut, and as soon as he came out, the man congratulated him and notified him of the hero's desire to meet him. The head ordered the first guard to escort the young master to the pavilion of demonic justice. He obeyed and said that he would carry out the order and left the leader's room. The doctor was checking on the hero, who was trembling from the aura of the doctor. The guy's vessels recovered even more. The hero caught a strange look from the doctor, who noticed it immediately bowed and asked for forgiveness. He was only surprised by the incredible abilities of the hero to regenerate. The doctor said that acupuncture is no longer necessary, only to eat food and take the highest healing medicine. The hero decided to ask what kind of drug he had not heard of. The doctor said that this is a decoction of 5 herbs that help restore energy. The hero reflected on what he had heard, because if this medicine had healing abilities, he would have been cured long ago. The doctor said he would be back in a few days and left the house. The hero was thinking about an early meeting with the Demon Lord. He really was waiting for her, as it is possible to see the strongest person. Although the hero was worried that he might be killed, but still he could not do otherwise. Pride would not allow him to become someone's dog. The hero was angry, because if that girl had not written him a contract in person, this would not have happened. The maid came up to the guy and informed him that the cart was ready, and they needed to get ready. After the hero got off the carriage, a man came to him, who notified him that the ruler had invited the guy to the pavilion of demonic justice. The hero followed the man and found himself near a mountain on which there were thousands of steps. At the top sat the head drinking alcohol. The hero ascended to the designated place, and at the same time reflected on the huge number of guards in this place. The hero understood that if he made a mistake, he was a corpse. The man brought the hero to the place, but the guy was confused by the fact that this is not the pavilion. Although he understood it, he could not show fear. The man opened the door, and the hero went inside. Entering inside, the hero was surprised. There was no trace of the winter surrounding him earlier. Everything was blooming around and animals were running everywhere. At first, the guy thought he was sleeping, but it was real. Most likely, what the hero sees now is an illusion, because in fact it's cold outside now. The hero dreamed of living in a place like this. The hero was surprised at the plausibility of the illusion. The hero was frightened by a voice calling to himself. After looking closely, the hero realized that the person sitting there was the head of the cult and headed towards him. The hero did not understand what was happening. He had a feeling that his legs were walking on their own. He was as if bewitched. The head was wondering what kind of pavilion his student imagined. The hero was worried about his killer instincts. He was sure that this place was dangerous. But he made a firm decision to talk to the head. Climbing up to the Demon Lord, The hero reflected on how incredible an opportunity he had been given. The man who killed the hero was discussing what happened with his friend. There were only 2 cases when the head allowed outsiders to go inside. The first case happened 25 years ago, when the master took the first student. In fact, the first disciple they knew was the second, and the true first died in this pavilion. The second person who visited this place was the strategist general, who was a man with absolute passion. These people were wondering if the third young master would be able to get out of there alive. The hero greeted the demon lord. The same ordered him to raise his head and poured alcohol. The hero reflected that this man did not look like the demon he imagined. The hero wondered why the strongest creature did not even try to become a Terran. The head gave alcohol to the guy and asked what he wanted. The hero began to talk. Although it was difficult, he was nervous. The only thing he calmed himself with was that he was also one of the strongest in the past. Having overcome the pressure he felt, he nevertheless expressed his request, namely the opportunity to leave the cult. The hero panicked, because initially he did not want to reveal his intentions so sincerely. The head asked if the guy wanted to leave the cult. The hero said yes, and before he could explain himself, the head asked him to pour him alcohol. The hero began to reflect, did honesty really work? He could not understand the demon's emotions in any way. He could not even guess what his interlocutor was thinking. The head continued to speak, and asked what exactly the hero wants. Get out for a while, or break all ties with cults. He suggested that the guy doesn't like being his student, but that's not what the hero meant. The head also suggested that the hero was set because of problems with the body, which was a disappointment for the head. The hero began to make excuses, and say that he just wants to go out to get some fresh air in order to restore his skills. The head hit the table with a cracker, because he was angry that because of such a trifle, the hero asked to meet with him. As a result, the hero said that he just wanted to see a teacher he hadn't seen for a long time. The hero continued to talk about the student's duty and his deep feelings for the teacher. The cup held by the head crumbled into dust, which seriously scared the guy. The head was angry and stood up. In his opinion, if a guy wanted to fulfill the duty of a student, he did not send it to him in this form. The hero was horrified by the aura of the head, and was thinking about what he should say. As a result, the demon turned its back on him. He ordered the disciple to leave. He would send a person to him a few days later. Looking at what the student showed, namely the clear sky and green meadows, he was surprised, since he had not seen this for a very long time. The head poured alcohol to his servant, and said that it was a reward for hard work. The head was informed that the hero stayed at home, and he thought. Previously, he took this child because he thought that he would become a dragon, but in the end, he turned out to be a snake. But now, he saw an interesting picture. As soon as a person enters the pavilion, his subconscious is read, and if the demon lord does not like him, the person will be instantly killed. This thing is able to reveal true intentions. The head asked how things were going with the bamboo grove. He was told that even though there were victims, everything was going better. The head also said that he would send the hero to the grove. The servant was surprised because if he went alone into the bamboo grove, he would most likely die. But the head believed that this was the perfect place to get some fresh air, just as his student wanted. The hero found himself in a grove and was angry because he just wanted to get out, and he was thrown into a place unknown to him. He cursed the demon lord all over the neighborhood. The hero was very angry because he was not counting on such a place. The man who was behind the hero said that the statement he made were dangerous. This man said that for insulting the head of demons, everyone, without exception, is put to death. The hero said that he did not ask for the name of the demon lord, and that person asked for forgiveness for the misunderstanding. The hero thinks that for these demons, the Lord is something higher than the Emperor, you can say God himself. The hero asked where this man came from, and he bowed and introduced himself. He is Ma Dongpin, the third head of the court of elders of the heavenly demon divine cult. He also said that it was an honor for her to serve as the hero's personal guard. The hero just wanted this man to dump. He also began to swear that he would devote himself to protecting the young master. The hero was very confused by this. After a while, the hero was in despair because he could not get out of this place in any way. He kept cursing everyone. The hero thought about his desire to leave the cult, but he definitely needed to play the role of a young gentleman a little more. Just to survive in the cult, he needs strength, so he intends to become stronger. The hero decided to get out by force, but he was interrupted by the same man. He incredibly scared the hero, but he just wanted to notify him that the food is ready. The hero again built that he did not need to interfere with him, but the guard said that they had been here for 2 days. The hero was surprised that so much time had passed, and asked the guard not to scare him anymore. The hero decided to use limitless technique in order to calm the body and soul. He noticed one oddity, namely that the movement of the chi corresponded to the 3rd level of technology. Limitless power is divided into 5 levels of strength. In a previous life, the hero reached the peak of the 4th level. The hero assumed that this was the body of a genius. Moreover, the purification technique came into action by itself. At this rate, the hero will be able to regain his strength much faster than previously assumed. He was able to break through to the 4th level, which caused an explosion of chi. On the 5th day, the hero's body was completely healthy. As a result, the organs have become much stronger than they should be at this age. The hero was surprised that even the hair became darker. The hero ate well and slept a lot. Now he can use abilities from his past life, such as hypersensitivity. This ability appeared by itself, as he often faced death. There is a martial art that enhances the hypersensitivity of the technique of the heavenly network of 6 forces. He had used the first form of the all-seeing eye. Now his 5 senses were enhanced to the limit. He sensed the terrain without even turning his head. Again, the guard suddenly jumped out, which again scared the hero. He said that he cooked the food. The hero started shouting at the guard because he was hiding, but he just accepted the words as always and bowed. The guard suggested to hurry, as after sunset the monsters will become more active. The hero was walking and thinking that he could easily become as strong as in his previous life. The guard noticed something strange and assumed that it was a ghost. The hero continued to test his abilities in a bamboo grove. He decided to check if he could fly and move with incredible speed through the forest. He had already been able to bring back 2 techniques from his previous life, namely the limitless body restoration technique and the heavenly network technique of the 6 senses sharpening forces. He only had to return the chi of the dark shadow, obtained by combining the selected hidden skills of the 10 great schools. These 3 martial arts made the hero a legend in his past life. The hero, walking through the forest, was wondering whether he should study this Tsei, since the place where he was is a demonic cult where they teach their techniques, which the previous owner of the body should have studied. The hero returned to the base and called his guard. He immediately appeared, which again scared the hero. The hero asked if there were people in the demonic cult who did not study the cult techniques. Such a question caused an awkward silence for a few seconds. As a result, the guard said that he could not understand the question. The hero rephrased the question, and the guard was able to give an answer, namely, that the head of the cult would be unhappy if he did not study the sex arts. The hero ordered the guard to go to the library and take all the demonic secret techniques that he is only able to carry away. The guard came to his master and told about the hero's request. The master was wondering why the hero needed it, but his disciple interrupted his thoughts with a question about whether the hero had lost his memory after he woke up. The master began to reflect, and the truth is that the hero changed a lot after waking up. Even the servants confirmed it. He also left the pavilion alive. As a result, The master said not to ask such questions, and provided the key. He said to take secret texts for the young master. The master also asked if the guard had told the hero about the essence of bamboo groves, but the hero has yet to find out. The master ordered to follow the hero and help him, as it is too dangerous in the bamboo grove. It was a demonic forest that existed even before the heavenly demon divine cult settled on hundreds of thousands of mountains. He took the lives of many demons. This grove gives a gift to the worthy, and kills the unworthy. The master was wondering what would happen to the hero in the grove. The guard brought books to the hero. He started counting them, and it turned out that 17 books were brought to him. He didn't understand why he needed so much, but the guard said he brought the best. The hero at first saw demonic arts from above, but after thinking about it, he decided not to treat them with prejudice. The guard told the hero that 3 texts would need to be returned in 3 days, as they are the most secret. The hero asked why the guard was looking at him like that. He quickly began to justify himself. The guard was confused by the fact that the hero does not remember anything written in the books, and the guy, in turn, said that he is no longer the same with his mind or heart. He also desperately wants to get strength, because he will need the help of a guard. Hearing such words, the man began to cry and immediately became motivated to help the hero. Evening came. The guard watched the monsters, which became more and more active. He also worked thinking about a young gentleman who focused on studying texts. The guard decided to bring the weapon that the hero asked him to get as soon as possible. The dark shadow chi was a rare but incredibly strong martial art, although it was not as strong as the secret techniques of the 10 great schools, but its depth and purity were considered the best in those days. Demonic arts were for destruction. They focused more on the result than stability, on attack rather than defense, put true strength above capabilities, which very much reminded the hero of the methods of murderers. The hero reflected that although the arts were incredible, he did not have the opportunity to study them all now. The hero considered the possibility of improving the chi of the dark shadow with the help of demonic arts. The hero considered the true demonic art. The hero went out to get some air. He used his ability and noticed that someone had returned. He suggested that it was the guard watching him, because in his opinion, he did not fully trust him. The hero turned around, but there was not a guard there, but some kind of monster that resembled a chicken. It had 6 paws, pimples the size of a man, and 3 heads. The hero dodged the mutant's attacks. It performed the art of sound, which also surprised the guy. At the same time, a guard with a gun was heading to their hideout. He hoped that his memory would return as soon as he picked up the weapon. He could smell the blood coming from the direction of their shelter. There the hero fought with the monster. He tried to strike, but the beast grabbed his hand with its paws. He was able to strike with his second hand directly on one of the monster's heads. This angered the mutant, and he again used the art of sound. The hero reflected that if he had a weapon, then everything would be much easier. As a result, the guy came up with a brilliant idea to use bamboo to replace weapons. He stuck the bamboo straight into the monster, but the creature survived and threw it into the fence. The hero was angry, but the realization came to him that only brute force could not pierce the feathers of a chicken. The creature went on the attack, and the hero decided to use something on the monster. At the last moment, he folded his fingers. That's the end of all the released chapters of the manhwa. If you liked the video, then subscribe to the channel. Here you will find a huge number of good retellings of the manhwa.